Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Entrepreneur Wisdom Wednesday, where faith meets business. Every week, I share the lessons, scriptures, and the real life, what had happened moments that keep me grounded as an entrepreneur. Because let's be real, success isn't just about money or marketing, it's about stewardship, discipline, and trusting God with the vision He gave you. So let's dive in. Today, I want to talk about something every entrepreneur faces, but most of us don't like to admit it out loud, and that's the waiting. I mean, let's be honest, waiting is hard when the promises feel far off and the future's looking real foggy. And if we're real honest in business, waiting can straight up feel like failure. I mean, I'm sitting over here like, God, I prayed for clients, so where they at? Or maybe you saying, Lord, I launched the product, so why isn't it moving? But here's the thing, y'all, waiting isn't wasted. There's a prayer that I've been sitting with from a daily prayer channel that I follow. And part of that prayer said, waiting is hard when promises feel far and the future is foggy. Help me actively wait with faith, seeking you, loving people, and becoming who you've called me to be. Teach me to trust your timing and keep my hands busy with good and faithful work. Woo! It was a word, right? That's a prayer. Because waiting doesn't mean doing nothing. Waiting doesn't mean I just sit around and go, look, doo, 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 doo. I'm just going to wait until miraculously the clients show up out of thin air. Doop, 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 da, 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 da. I'm just going to wait miraculously until the money falls from the sky. Or as my parents used to say when I was growing up, grows on the tree. That just doesn't happen. Waiting means working faithfully in the season you're in while still trusting God with the timing of the season that's next. I mean, think about it. What if the thing you're waiting on right now is actually a test run? What if God is seeing how you handle the few before he releases the many? I mean, so let me break that down and make that plain. If you can't serve one client with excellence, how will you handle 50? Oh, okay. I'll wait. Let me go to the next one. If you can't stay consistent with 10 followers, how will you steward 10,000? Oh, okay. That one didn't hit you either. Okay, let me give you one more. If you complain about a table with 3 sales, what will you do when the orders flood in and you're overwhelmed? You see, sometimes this waiting season is God's training ground. He's checking, can I trust you with more? Now, I've been there, I've been in my waiting season, and I've been just as frustrated as you are. And I've been like, God, this is not what I prayed for. This is not the answers to my prayers. However, what I've learned about waiting and entrepreneurship are three key things. The first thing I learned was waiting is where God strengthens you. Isaiah 40:31 says, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. That means while you're waiting, God is literally preparing you for the weight of what's coming. I mean, because if you can't wait, how you gonna carry the weight? And listen, weight requires strength, right? Like when we think weight, we think, a lot of something heavy, something I have to carry, something that takes power or takes strength. You can't carry the blessing if you're not conditioned for it. I'm going to repeat that one more time for the people in the back. You can't carry the blessing if you're not conditioned for it, and the waiting gets you conditioned. The second thing I learned about waiting is waiting teaches stewardship. Can you handle the little before he gives you much? This is why I always say that your small orders, you have to treat them like major ones. You always want to package them with love. When we package anything at the factory tent, it gets packaged with love. It gets packaged with tags. It gets packaged with branding. It gets packaged with everything to show that customer, no matter if they bought one or they bought 20, that we appreciated what you showing up at our business, at our door, and entrusting us, as we say, to make your vision a reality, one design at a time. So show up for the few like you're serving the many. Because how you manage this little is the audition you're doing for the lot. Now, the last thing the waiting has taught me is that waiting builds trust. Every slow season is a reminder that your business isn't just sustained by sales, but by God's hand. If your sales dip, if momentum slows, does your faith stay steady? I'm not going to go further on that one. I'm going to let y'all sit with that one. Or do you start to question the whole vision? So your waiting in this moment reveals where your trust really lies. Do you believe what God already told you and the vision he already gave you? Only you can determine that. Now, listen, I'm not sharing any of this again, like every week, to bring shame to anybody because, again, I've been here. I can remember a season early when I was frustrated too. Orders weren't coming. And I actually can take it probably back to the very beginning. I didn't actually sign up for this. I kind of happenstanced into this business, right? But what I did learn as I got into it was I wanted the orders, right? I started to pray for the orders. I started to manifest the orders. I started to do all the things that I needed to do, from branding to marketing to putting myself out there to taking pictures to word of mouth, to make and help the business grow. And so there was a period of growth. And then there came this period of waiting. There was a period when I go, I got a lot of operating costs. God, these numbers not looking like what I prayed about. And I done jumped out here. I done got a shop, a brick and mortar. I done got staff. That means payroll. And everything's looking a little slim. So I was frustrated. And y'all, I was ready to throw in the towel, if I'm being honest. It's been days when I go, I don't know about this. And I'm sure every entrepreneur watching this, whether you're in the same industry as I am, or whether you're in another industry, it's been a time or two where you've said, I'm ready to throw in the towel. But God kept reminding me, if I called you to this, I'm going to carry you through this. So when I look back, that waiting season taught me so much. I was able to learn systems during that waiting season that allowed me to have a better operational model. I was able to learn consistency in that waiting season that allowed me to make sure my marketing and my branding were consistent, and my social media posting was consistent, and my engagement was consistent. I learned how to market better. And I did that all in the quiet season. And when things picked up, guess what? I was ready. But if all that had hit me at once, you know what I would have did? I literally would have drowned. So you have to remember to find purpose in every part of this journey called entrepreneurship, because there's a reason behind it. Now, there's another part of the prayer that hit me also, and that part says, while I wait, help me obey today, pray first, listen well, serve quietly, and rejoice in small steps. Y'all, that's the posture of an entrepreneur who trusts God's timing. You don't sit still in frustration. You got to move in faith, even if it's one small step at a time. So now what does that really look like? Because you're probably saying, Tanya, all this sounds great, and I believe in God, or I trust in my higher power, and I pray about all these things. But what does this really mean when I have to apply it in practical terms to business? So reality is, maybe you don't have 100 orders, but you've got to sharpen your skills. Use this wait time while you've only got 1, 2, 3, maybe even 10 to get better. Maybe your audience is small. You do only have 10 followers. But use this wait time to really build the community and connect with them. Maybe the revenue isn't there yet, and you're like, I don't know what I signed up to do. But use the wait time to learn how to budget, manage, and steward what you already have. These small steps matter, y'all. Every seed you plant in the wait is going to show up in your harvest later. So if you're in a waiting season right now, let me encourage you. Don't despise it. Don't rush it. And don't compare it to anybody else because it's your waiting season and it's not going to look like anybody else's. Remember that the waiting is not a punishment, it's your preparation. It's where God is going to build your character to match the calling you've been praying for. So all you need to do is stay faithful, stay focused, and remember the wait is working for you, not against you. All right, y'all. That's my message for today's Entrepreneur Wisdom Wednesday. Faith for the journey, wisdom for the work. Remember, success isn't just about money or marketing. It's about stewardship and trusting God with the vision He gave you. So I'm Tanya, and I'll see you next week. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can go follow us on our YouTube channel, thefactory_10. So you'll never miss these midweek reminders. And let's keep showing up for what we prayed for. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I'm out. Bye.